First came the line and the octagon, then came the Dubai Circle, which is now a massive cube. Saudi Arabia unveiled the Mukaab earlier this month as its most recent undertaking. It's a cube so large that 20 Empire State Buildings could fit inside of it. With a holographic dome that takes tourists to distant planets and fantastical realms, Saudi Arabia hailed it as a gateway to another world. But will the Mukaab actually be completed, or is this merely a viral marketing gimmick? If so, when would it start to accept visitors? We'll look at everything we've learned so far in this video. Saudi Arabia is a powerful nation in the Middle East that is well known for its enormous oil reserves. But Saudi Arabia wants to rely less on this oil in order to reduce its dependence. Because of this, they have begun launching and constructing enormous megaprojects under the motto Vision 2030 in an effort to gradually transition their economy away from oil and towards tourism. The largest of these endeavors is Neom, a $1 trillion megaproject that consists of the 170-kilometer-long line city, the floating port city of Octagon, and the enormous Trojena ski resort in the Arabian desert. In several of our earlier videos, we have already discussed Neom, but there have been some significant upgrades to these projects over the past few weeks. The CEO of Neom stated in January that 20% of the city's infrastructure had already been built. The line, the octagon, and Trojena were just a few of the enormous construction sites visible in an update video that opened with the words, "Neom is real." Additionally, Saudi Arabia has teamed with some significant corporations, such as Oracle and NVIDIA, to put up Neom's citywide AI technology. As if there weren't already enough brand new projects after the unveiling of Neom with the line, octagon, and Trojena, the area around New Murabba. Greetings from New Murabba, the newest component of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 is this cube. Although Neom has received a lot of attention lately, Saudi Arabia doesn't want to overlook the other major cities in the country. Because of this, a new Murabba will be constructed in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Riyadh is already a city that is expanding quickly. It was a small village with fewer than 500,000 people 50 years ago, but it today has more than 7 million people, making it the third largest metropolis in the Middle East. And according to Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi Crown Prince, the new Murabba project will create the largest contemporary downtown in the entire globe. The development of Riyadh is anticipated to reach new heights thanks to this new district. There will be more than 80 entertainment venues there, numerous walking routes, a sizable museum, and right in the middle of it all, the enormous Mukaab. The structure will be known simply as the cube because the Arabic word Mukaab means cube. After the line and the octagon, Saudi Arabia's megaprojects seem to have a trend of building basic geometric structures at absurd scales. According to some, the Mukaab is the new face of Riyadh. The Naji architectural style, which has been popular among Saudi Arabians for many years, served as the inspiration for the cube's facade. Sunlight will reflect off the lovely surface, which will dominate Riyadh's skyline. This cube will be astounding in its size. It will officially qualify as a super-tall skyscraper because it is 400 meters tall. It would be the fourth tallest structure in Dubai. The Mukaab, however, would entirely dominate the skyline because it is 400 meters wide in contrast to other skyscrapers. To put things into perspective, the Mukaab is large enough to fit 20 Empire State Buildings. It would be much larger than any current cube-shaped structures found elsewhere in the world. Germany's Berlin Cube, for instance, is a remarkable office block. Although it is eye-catching due to its mirror-like sides, it is just 40 meters tall. Thousands of them might fit inside the Mukaab. This cube might easily surpass the Boeing Everett factory in Washington, which now holds the record for the largest structure on Earth in terms of sheer volume. In fact, it would be so large that the cube could house the Boeing factory roughly 5 times. But what purpose will all of this space serve? The Mukaab cube is designed to make entering it feel like stepping into another universe. Overlooking its visitors will be a massive dome that showcases various virtual realities. The purpose of these holographic displays is to give visitors to the Mukaab the impression that they are somewhere else entirely. You might be in the middle of the ocean in one instant and on Mars' surface, or in a fantastical land of magic in the next. It's intended to be a completely immersive experience unlike anything you've ever had. A spiral tower that rises from the floor to the roof and resembles an anthill or brackets of fungus will be located in the center of the dome. This tower is intended to be a high-end tourism attraction for visitors from all over the world. Additionally, it will have dining establishments, lodging options, observation decks, and movie theaters. The enormous cube will next envelop the tower and the dome. Additionally, the cube's four corners will be filled with facilities that are stacked in towers that resemble skyscrapers. Additionally, the top will be used to house lakes, gardens, and trees. It depends on the situation as to whether or not it makes sense to create a lake there. If you've liked this video thus far, please help us reach 10,000 subscribers by subscribing to FINITE. So why is the Mukaab designed like a cube? The cube-shaped design of the Mukaab is, in the opinion of its creators, the most effective shape for accommodating all the cutting-edge technologies that will assist the entire experience. The equipment will need to be concealed in the area between the bell jar dome and the outside cube, although it is unclear how they intend to display the virtual worlds. To support the gardens on the top of the cube, there will also need to be a substantial array of joists and beams between the dome and the shell. The cube's corner towers, which resemble skyscrapers, will provide additional stability. It's doubtful if that would be able to sustain the largest roof in the entire globe, let alone the garden on top. The Mukaab is also intended to become more recognizable due to its cube-shaped appearance. The Mukaab would provide Riyadh with a distinctive landmark that would help it stand out among other major cities throughout the globe. It is comparable to the Statue of Liberty in New York or the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Anyone who views a picture of the cube will immediately conjure up Riyadh in their minds. However, there has been some feedback about the shape. According to some, it resembles the Kaaba in Mecca, another city in Saudi Arabia. A Muslim must face the Kaaba when praying anywhere in the world because it is the religion's holiest place. Others, however, have disputed the similarity and noted that there are other cubes in the world outside the Kaaba. Nobody compared the Berlin cube to the Kaaba when it was constructed in Germany, so why should the Mukaab be any different? These people also noted that the Saudi monarch is Muslim. As a result, they wouldn't purposefully construct a building in the shape of the Kaaba, making the similarity likely to be coincidental. In general, enthusiasm and mystery have followed the introduction of the Mukaab project. However, everyone asks the same query. A real Mukaab will be constructed. Though it hasn't started yet, construction should get going in the next few months. Similarly to the other projects included in Vision 2030, such as the Line, Oxygen, and Trojena, Saudi Arabia has pledged that this one will also be completed and open to the public in 2030. This project is probably simpler to do than the Line. However, it would still be the largest megaproject ever constructed. Its outcome is therefore unpredictable. The Mukaab, the Line, and other groundbreaking initiatives might welcome visitors when 2030 eventually arrives. Perhaps none of them will ever be completed. How do you feel? Tell us in the comments section below. Additionally, you should watch our film about Trojena if you want to learn more about Vision 2030. We appreciate your time and hope to see you in the next video.